Edwin Woko-led faction of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State has criticized the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, over his recent remarks concerning APC's ambition to win the Rivers State governorship election in 2027. During the inauguration of the Tony Okocha-led APC state executive in Port Harcourt on Saturday, Ganduje declared that capturing Rivers State Government House is a top priority for APC in the upcoming election cycle. In response, Edwin Woko firmly rejected Ganduje's comments, emphasizing that there is no vacancy in Rivers State in 2027. He stated, "The good people of Rivers State would leave no stone unturned to ensure that Governor Siminalayi Fubara's second-term bid will be unhindered." Governor Fubara will still contest the 2027 election on the platform of PDP, despite all the challenges and disunity being inflicted on PDP by some political polyandrists that have infiltrated our great party PDP, and which we are convinced that soon after, all these APC polyandrous agents will become a thing of the past. Edwin Woko supposedly emerged the factional chairman of the PDP in Rivers State following the tenure expiration of the Aaron Chukwuemeka-led state executives. Woko, in an interview with press, claimed that PDP stakeholders and principal members in the state had on September 28 inaugurated an interim leadership structure with him at the helm of affairs. Woko and the trio of Arian, Naikachep, Morris, Nelson Ndubisi, and Yebuchi Dike had also instituted a case against the chairman of the PDP in Rivers State, Chukwuemeka Aaron, the state executives, the national chairman of PDP, and others. Woko and others claimed that the Congress that produced Chukwuemeka and his Executive Committee in July 2024 was conducted in violation of an existing court order and therefore illegal. Let me start with you, Frank. As I was reading the story, you were laughing. May I know the reason why you're laughing, and what is your reaction to this story?
You know, the politics of Nigeria has taken a new dimension, where people will be in a party and have also stronghold in another party. It's a new trend in politics in Nigeria,
right,
which ordinarily shouldn't be. But if you look at what is happening in a civil society, such wouldn't be accepted by anybody, even the court of law. But today it has become a norm, and that is what has given Ganduje the effrontery to say that APC will take over Rivers State. While being an APC person, he couldn't win Kano. It was immediate. No. You see, politicians will just talk and make us feel as if we don't think. APC could not win Kano, that he just left. Now he's the national party chairman of APC, and he's coming to bamboozle Rivers people that look, APC is going to win Rivers State. For me as a person, I feel that they are taking us as if we don't know what is happening. And not really, let me tell you for free. Every party has its own stronghold. Like today in Southwest, Lagos State is the home of APC, right from the day of Alliance for Democracy. And when you look at the Southeast, Anambra State up to today, despite the limited spread of Abga, no party has been able to take over that place. And when you look at the South, Rivers State is the home of PDP. And mind you, it will be a fight for all. So for him to have come here to inaugurate maybe the party chapter of Rivers State, that shouldn't give him room. And I just thank God, even though he's called factional party chairman, Edwin Woko, the truth is that the consciousness will be of the people to see how to actually maintain the integrity of PDP in Rivers State, because all the governors that served Rivers State as PDP governors told us that Rivers State is PDP state. And we can see what is happening now. They are trying to see how to hoodwink the people to think that anything can happen in politics. You see what is happening I found to mention some other countries, like in America. Everybody has his own stronghold, and the people should decide. Not just a politician trying to use money, like today in Nigeria, vote buying has become like a trend, whereby EFCC can now come out, like what happened in the state election, that we are going to check money, vote buying, like I said, misplacement of priority. So for me, what Edwin Woko has said is what every right-thinking person should think. Because coming to take over power from Rivers State is like you are coming for full-fledged war, not minding. But let me also say one thing. Politicians should not also think that taking over power is the ultimate. What about administration? What about putting these policies that will change the livelihood of Nigerians, the well-being of Nigerians? Should be the first priority. But today is like we can take over power at all costs, not minding the nitty-gritties of politics in every society. So for me, what you have said, I think what God just said is balanced in a political development of any nation.
Very well. Now, when you say what Ganduje says doesn't make sense in political development, however, what Edwin Woko, the PDP factional chairman of Rivers State, says makes sense. One would wonder, and I want to ask you the question, what is the job of a political party? Is it not to win elections? So if Ganduje is saying that the party is ready to take over power in 2027, what is wrong in that statement?
That statement is just straightforward. How are we going to win? But it is not in this country that politicians will not tell us what we want to take over power without putting it in place. Let me tell you, I am a fan of Donald Trump. He's not a president, but I like the way. As a leader wants to come on board, you must put this in place. It's only in Nigeria that our leaders we want to win power and began to think how we can even put food on our table. Trump, first time he came, told the world before he would be, he said, if I become president of the United States of America, I will build a wall between Mexico and the US. And as he came on board, he did it. But here in Nigeria, our leaders only think that they can kill people, destroy the facilities, destroy structure and everything, and take a power before they begin to wake up from sleep to think on how to make life better for Nigeria. So for me, I feel what Woko is saying, because if you look at it, I don't play any political party as I'm talking to you now, but I follow politics, because without politics, there will be no governance. So for me, they should allow SIM. But if you look at the footprint of SIM in Rivers State now, someone may criticize me that I'm being one-sided. But I'm watching what he's doing. Mind you, the president that brought SIM, from criticize the president that brought SIM. But today, SIM is learning from what has been done to put this right. So, issue of coming, we should remove SIM by force. It is not constitutional. It is not also by force for him to become second term. Governor of second term. But the people should be allowed to vote, not just telling us they will take over party. Rivers State. They should allow the people to decide.
All right, very well. David, let me come to you. What do you make of this story?
Well, winning elections is beyond political rhetorics and statements. It goes beyond that. There are, anyways, it's expected that a national chairman of a party should plan, pronounce, and project his party to win the forthcoming elections. It's expected. If the Ganduje has come to Rivers State and did not reassure his members that they have the capacity to win Rivers State, then he's not a national chairman. So what he said is what a national chairman should say. Now, going beyond that, do APC have the capacity to win Rivers State? Yeah, they have. They have the capacity because they have the spread. Okay. They have the numbers. And besides, that is the government in power. The ruling party at the federal level. And the way elections are done in Nigeria is such that elections are beyond queuing to vote. There are other things that are done behind the scene which helps a party to win. And that has become a culture and custom in Nigeria, especially Rivers State. Understand? So now APC has all it takes to win election in Rivers State. They have all it takes. They are not lacking in any way. Now, the PDP also has the same capacity. Again, they have been in power since 1999 in Rivers State. Now, Ganduje said what he should say as national chairman. Okay, and I cannot stand here and say, no, he said the wrong thing, because I know that is what he wants. That is the aspiration of APC to take over Rivers State. In fact, in 2015, APC works too hard to take over Rivers State, very, very hard. Then in 2019, they also worked very hard to take over to take over Rivers State. Then in 2023, they also did their very best to take over. So it is very, very germane at this point. APC is very close, very, very close to taking over Rivers State. That means the other side has to work more harder if they want to remain in power. Yeah, it's like football. As long as your opponents are coming very closer to your penalty box, as long as they're very close, they are punching and are throwing more goals, there is a likelihood that they will score if you're not careful. So the way it stands today, and let's be practical now. We have somebody like the former governor of Rivers State, yes, the current minister of FCT, working at the federal level. For now, he has not joined APC, but the body language after all, Ganduje was his birthday. So there is this relationship between himself and the APC. There's a relationship. He assisted the current president to win, and the current president is a member of APC. So there's a likelihood that if PDP does not behave, the FCT minister might decide to join the APC. And he's not somebody can write off. He's a master in the game. He's a strategist. He knows what to do. So you can't toy with such a person and his own members, his followers. You can't toy with them. You can't play with them. For Ganduje to make such a categorical statement in Rivers State, he has the backing.
He made the same statement in Edo State, by the way.
Yes.
He made the same statement in Ogun State.
And you can see the results.
He made those statements. But then in this instance, in Rivers State, for example, let me ask you a direct question. Who is in control of the political structure at the political party level in Rivers State?
In which party?
Do you think that both APC, PDP, because to a large extent, if you're looking at things from the political perspective, which we are discussing right now, one would say whoever is in control of a structure to a large extent determines what happens in 2027. Don't you agree?
Sure, I agree with it.
So now, who do you think is in control of APC in Rivers State?
Okay.
And who is in control of PDP in Rivers State? And between these two persons that are in control of these parties, who do you think has greater influence?
Okay, really at this point, Rivers State is highly divided. Highly divided. In fact, for now, we have no party loyalty again in Rivers State. Okay. There are people in APC and PDP who are working with the governor, and there are people in APC and PDP who are working with the FCT minister. So for now, we can't really define party loyalty in Rivers State. Now, coming to the structure, before now, the structure of the administration of Rivers State was solely in the hand of the FCT minister. But something happened within the last 3-4 months that have divided the party structure. That today, we can see that the governor somehow is in control of the local government structures and the grassroots structure. So the structure is also highly divided. But nobody can wish away the influence of the FCT minister in the political system in Rivers State. So if Ganduje says APC can win, I believe there are people behind that are beating the drums for him. And I can say it clearly that the APC has the capacity to take over Rivers State in 2027 if the other side is not very careful.
All right, very well. George, what do you make of this story?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. First thing first, I want to say that Ganduje, the national chairman of the APC, is right to have made the statement he made. It is permissible within the political system, for every political party chairman to project the image of their party by talking tough, giving their supporters hope. PDP is no longer, Rivers State is no longer the way it was before, a stronghold of the PDP, given the kind of political scenario we are seeing today, where the former governor of Rivers State, who is still a very strong politician in the state with large following, is now working with the federal government that is controlled by the APC. For now, he's still a member of the PDP, but looking at the political scenario, anything can happen. So there's nothing wrong with the statement of Ganduje. Like I said earlier, it is permissible within the political system. Coming to, his name is Edwin Woko. Frankly speaking, as a member of the People's Democratic Party, I have not heard that name before.
You're a member of the PDP?
Yes,
all right.
A card-carrying member.
You know, I have not heard that name, Edwin Woko, before. It's unfortunate that such a character will come to begin address himself as factional chairman. To be frank, there is no faction in Rivers State PDP. The chairman of Rivers State PDP is Aaron Chukwuemeka, who was duly elected in the Congress. And as I speak with you today, if there's any meeting of the party in Abuja, Aaron will be there to represent the Rivers State PDP. Nobody knows Edwin Woko. What is he saying about? What is he talking about? Nobody knows him. So, but I believe this is, you know, political season. People take advantage of situations to be relevant in the scheme of things, you know. So that is for me. First and first, I don't think there's anything wrong with the position of Ganduje. It is normal. Like you said, he said that same thing in Edo State. Every political party will come out to speak tough, give supporters hope. Then APC as a party is not new to Rivers State. This is a party that has been here since 2014 with notable politicians in the state. They have been doing one or two. They have tried in 3 election circles. They have lost. Their losing is down to the FCT minister, current FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. If not for the political sagacity of such a man, APC would have taken the state, Rivers State, sometime in 2019. Let me not talk about 2015. 2019 was almost certain for them. But because of who the current FCT minister is, you know, the level of political sagacity he carries, it was difficult for the APC to, you know, make that headway in Rivers State. But if you talk about the numbers, they have it in terms of support base. You talk about notable politicians that can move things, they have it. You talk about them having money, they are there. They are also the ruling party at the federal level. So there is every hope that APC can take over Rivers State, given what is happening in Rivers State today. Right. If it was before, where the party, PDP, was so united, even the grassroots, people from the creeks, people from the hinterland, everywhere were giving their support, I would have said maybe it would be difficult. But with what is happening today, also looking at the political figure that is giving them back, and my brother, is almost right, you know, a done deal if all things are possible.
Now, David talked about, when he was speaking, he spoke about the power of you talked about federal might. Now, I want to marry this conversation to what happened in Edo State during Edo State elections. You realize that, or you agree with me that Edo State PDP was balkanized during the towards the election, and very close to the election, there was massive defection of most of the political bourgeois in PDP in Edo State, and to a large extent that affected the outcome of the elections in favor of APC. Now, PDP in Edo State under Obaseki was the ruling party in Edo State. Like we have PDP in Rivers State as the ruling party. Also in APC in Edo State, you cannot take away the influence of federal might. Now, in Rivers State in 2027, the same factor it appears that probably there might be a replay of that in Rivers State if PDP does not mend fences. Now, when you're looking at what is happening, particularly with respect to the issue between the governor and the FCT minister, PDP already appears to... George is saying that there is only one PDP, it's not factionalized. But, I mean, in Rivers State, we have PDAPC, we have PDAPP, we have APPP, we have I mean, it's all mixed up between APP, PDP, and APC right now. So you cannot say for sure this person is a loyal member. They might be in a party, but their loyalty is to their leader in another party. Don't you think this is going to affect the political outcome of the gubernatorial elections in Rivers State in 2027? Do you see it? Is it going to be business as usual, David?
Well, I won't agree completely with my brother George that PDP is not factionalized. The current governor is a member of PDP.
I was actually going to
and it's in a different faction altogether. And you can't really underrate the governor and his team. All the local government chairman, these are all PDP members that are not with Aaron Chukwuemeka, the current PDP chairman. The factionalization is not about splits in the party structure. It's about the authorities that run the party. And they know that the incumbent governor has a lot of influence in the political party, financially and otherwise. So if the governor is not with you as the party chairman, your influence is very, very marginal. It's very, very little. I just want to correct the impression.
Very little.
Very little.
Okay,
yes.
now that you have said that, that brings me back to Edo State. Now, Obaseki went to visit the FCT minister with Igodalo. Do you recall that saga that happened? When towards the election, Obaseki, the then Governor Obaseki, went with the governorship aspirant of PDP to pay a visit to the FCT minister, and the FCT minister told him plainly, I am not going to support you. And after that, Obaseki came out to, cry out that the wreck in Edo State is the FCT minister's cousin, and therefore the election will be rigged because of the familial relationship. Now, to a large extent, when you say if the governor is not in support of the party, that the powers of the party chairman, it will be very, very minimal. Now, you are also talking about an FCT minister that appears to be a very strong man politically, whose influence you cannot take away in Rivers State. I mean, to a large extent, the visit of Obaseki seeking his support in election in Edo State is significant to the level of influence he wields in politics in Nigeria. Can you take that? Can you push that to the back burner?
Well, the both states, both examples may not be exactly the same.
Right.
In Edo State, I believe Obaseki, his public relations and performance was too poor while he was exiting the government.
Okay.
He offended a lot of persons, even within his own party, that made it impossible for him to introduce and to sell his own candidate. But he won while he was seeking for a second tenure. Even when the APC came against him heavily, he still won. Now, in the case of Rivers State, same will be judged based on his performance. He will be judged based on his public relations. He will be judged based on his ability to carry the major stakeholders within the state, despite party affiliation. And that is his focus currently. Same, according to those who are with him, have created a movement, they call same movement. They are not about political party. Whether you are an APC, whether you are a PDP, they are reaching out to as many people as possible and to woo them. And again, like he said earlier, Rivers State has taken PDP as his party since 1999. And there's something that happened between, let me take you back a bit. When Amechi was the minister, after he served out his tenure as the governor of Rivers State and he went to Abuja as a minister, people, sympathy went to Wike, and they saw Amechi as victimizing Wike when he was a governor. And so Rivers people threw their weight behind him.
Was it more like, was it a function of people having sympathy for Wike because Amechi, like you said, allegedly victimized him? Or was it because Amechi turned against Goodluck Jonathan, who was seen to be the first son of the South that had an opportunity by some stroke of luck to become the president? And instead of Amechi supporting him, regardless of whatever issue they had, was working against him. And to a large extent, that affected, the emergence of Goodluck Jonathan as the president for the second tenure. Wasn't that what actually turned the Rivers people against Amechi, because they felt he worked against his own brother in the presidential election?
That is inclusive. That is inclusive. But let me shock you. All these are minor issues. Let me tell you the problem of Rivers State as I've taken my time to think and study it.
Right.
Rivers people go to where their money is. Money. We play the politics of money here. Now, average Rivers man believes that going to Abuja is a waste of his time. Our money is here. Our people tend to go to where the money is. We just finished local government elections. Go to the houses of all the local government chairmen and see what is happening. People are rushing there, not because they love the chairman. They are going there because their money is here. Rivers people, for now and for some time to come, it will take time to create awareness that, look, we must create other sources of livelihood. So what I'm saying, for now, Rivers people, their money is with Sim Fubara and his structure. It will take a lot of energy that will crush them to put them away from Sim Fubara. Over 70% of Rivers people are politicians. Both old women, young ones, civil servants. And they know that, look at where their money is. And they will keep chasing their money. So it will take extra money, which I know the federal government cannot pull, to take them away from the system here.
All right, very well. Before I come to you, Frank, George wants to respond to that.
I wanted to correct some, issues that my brother Oguzerem raised there. Yes, Aaron Chukwuemeka is the party chairman and does not have the support of Governor Sim Fubara. But Aaron is not just operating as Aaron. Aaron is having the backing of the national party chairman. And you cannot undermine, or you cannot, look at the powers of the state party chairman as nothing, because he, to a large extent, is in charge of making who becomes. So if Governor Sim Fubara, if this fight continues this way and there's no headway, there's no reconciliation, what that means is that Governor Sim Fubara may not run as governor for a second time under the party of PDP. Because those forms...
You need to assess the forms.
These are the issues. That is the area I'm coming. You may have the money. You may have the money, but you also require authorities to take charge of certain things, which he cannot be governor and be the chairman at the same time. So if he does not, if this fight, if there is no reconciliation, what that means is that Governor Sim Fubara will go to another party to contest for the 2027 election. So that's just the point. It's not as if I don't know that the governor has a lot of influence and a lot of money and all of that. I know these things. But the chairman of the party, Aaron Chukwuemeka, is also having the backing of high-powered personalities from Abuja, both at the PDP national level, and support from people who are not even members of the party, just to undo the governor or whatever. So you cannot look at the chairman and say because he's not working with the governor, therefore he's nothing. No, I do not agree with you, because he has a lot of things to sign and all of that. So that's just my take on this matter.
Very well. Frank,
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Is PDP playing the ostrich that they want to destroy itself? Because as it is today, like he just said, I agree with him, but I believe there will be a condition that will play out.
Okay, go ahead.
That will give Sim. Because if we are discussing politics now, what will happen to the current chairman PDP in Rivers State if, for instance, APC takes over Rivers State and this person is we have APC chairman already in Rivers State, then maybe they will be given an appointment. Politicians are about to keep democracy in Nigeria. No, that's the truth. Politicians are about to kill democracy, and I don't pray for that. Because one of the things that makes democracy good or fascinating is the party politics. If you want to kill your party,
may I ask you a question?
Ask me a question. Ask.
What is the ideology of the APC? What is the ideology of the PDP?
As it is
what
now,
are the difference in the
as it is, my brother and sisters, as it is now, the party there's no ideology.
When you say as it is now, did they ever have an ideology before?
They have. This is our party. Whether sun or rain, let them give this is what I want to follow.
Yes.
It's an ideology.
You know what they are doing?
But as it is now,
I want to follow umbrella.
Yes, now.
I want to follow broom.
That's as it is today.
What is the ideology?
That's the vision I want to build. Today, as it is now, when you look at the conflict now, the conflict is that we don't know where we are as political parties. All is that let us go and eat, like my brother just said. Go after the money. So when you allow that to play out, it will kill the party. And by the time, if for instance APC takes over Rivers State tomorrow, then those in PDP will now collapse into APC, and it will. But that's what will automatically happen. And I don't pray for that. But let me come to the issue of Sim contesting. As we are discussing today, Sim is the governor of PDP of Rivers State. Governor of Rivers State representing PDP. Because whether we like, despite the political imbroglio playing out, Sim is a PDP governor in Nigeria, ruling Rivers State. And I believe Chukwuemeka By the time election time is coming, the national PDP, whichever way, because I know that I don't play politics, I don't play to APC or PDP, but I know there could be a kind of gentleman agreement. It will happen.
Gentleman's agreement.
Yes. Look, I will overlook our excesses.
Now, when you talk about gentleman's agreement,
yes,
in 2027, don't you think we're just fast-tracking this whole thing with this conversation? Because, I mean, let's look at gentleman's agreement in the current River State crisis.
Yeah.
Where has gentleman's agreement landed? Hold on. Landed River State right now. And from the body language of both factions, nobody wants, to a large extent, everybody is now leaving it for the courts. Right. Now, while we are talking about the governor, contesting for elections in 2027, we should be looking at the governor surviving 2025, 2026, up until 2027, with the litany of issues that are on ground, and also looking at even the House of Assembly itself, even surviving 2025, 2026, and 2027. So when we are talking about 2027, it's about, because if both parties are saying we are leaving the courts to decide on River State crisis, it means that there will be consequences.
Look,
don't you agree with me?
I agree with you. But like in politics, until it is done, it's not over.
All right.
Let me tell you for free. I follow politics. Even as we're discussing today, that's why I say I will not carry gun or any machine to pursue anybody in the street of Port Harcourt. But
when they will reconcile you,
that's it. Just when Goodluck became vice president, do you know how it happened? Go and read the book of four governors of State. Conscience. The issue of conscience. See, what I'm trying to say is that politicians know how to put things in order when their interest is at stake.
All right.
And mind you, all of that are talking about political influence, and it's about money. No politician on earth who doesn't have money will have influence. Like all of us are talking about wike. What makes him influential? It's the position and the money. All of us seated here today. Sorry, if I become governor of River State, ordinarily without Frank mentioning his name anywhere, they say, who's the governor of River State? My name will go viral in the next 24 hours. My face, you are seeing that maybe that is like dry today, will become milky and creamy. But if within the next 24 hours. So the issue all of us discussing is our position. They are not too powerful and they are not too intellectual than all of us. What I'm trying to say, the position they are occupying makes them influential. It's not about who they are.
Sorry, let me add something. While I agree with you in some of your submissions, I also want to disagree with you that some position and money is the only reason why some persons are influential. We have seen a case where some persons are governors, but they were not able to influence decisions that either went their way or against them. It is not, you might have the money, you might be in the position of authority, but you don't even know what to do. So you must no. Listen. When it comes to politics, there are people who are in the position of authority. My brother said something here, which I agree that most Rivers persons are involved in politics, so they want to go where their money is and all of that. But beyond that, there are persons who will be in position of authority, even with the money, but they do not know what to do. I do not need to mention them on live television.
I agree with you.
So there are people with this money, with their position of authority, they still know what to do. That makes them more powerful, more influential than the others. So don't say that if someone becomes a governor today, has money.
I'm not talking about
okay, somebody is having money today, is the position of authority, and the person was influential. No, not so.
I said, listen, get my point, man. I said, if somebody by position and money is influential, like I just said, I use myself. If I become governor of River State,
we are discussing politics, situated to politics.
Excuse me, all of you are discussing Wike. As of 1995, was Wike known?
Was it Wike?
No. We are saying his influential is gets control. Was he known? He has the strategies to win the heart of people because he was influential. And the influence of politicians is about the people who follow them.
All right.
If they don't have followers, like you said, agree with me. If I am not influential, if I don't have followers, will I be influential? What makes Wike influential? I'm not mentioning his name. What makes him influential is the crowd that follows him.
You might have this crowd and everything, but you don't even know what to do the next thing. You don't know the next thing to do.
All right, gentlemen.